In tonight's research, City Hunter Episode 12, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Shooting Range. Let knowledge flow. Hola, minasan! Welcome back for another round of City Hunter. Yes, episode 12. Kids get special treatment. A beautiful lady from a dangerous land. That's today's episode. I love these long titles. Back in the old days, back in the 80s and 90s, they had these long titles. Now today, the shows have long titles. Instead of long episode titles, the names of the shows are now long. Very, very long. Oh, man, that's pretty hilarious. So, it looks, I didn't get much out of them thumbnails, out of their thumbnails. So, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. It looks like there's going to be a spoiled little kid, and it looks like there's going to be a lady from probably another country or something that's going to give Rio a hard time. Or maybe Rio get the mokori. Who knows? So, call to action. Comment, like, subscribe, follow, and hit the notification bell. And let us begin the research. Yeah, we ran over me. The Century Royal Hotel. I am Arnold Schwarzenegger. I am here to terminate you. Come with me if you want to live. How did he get there? How did he get ahead of them? Hi, Rio. Oh, right in the toe. Wow, they were strong enough to lug that guy. Damn. That's tough. Dobumu.
しかし長期にわたる軍事独裁政権にエマリア国民の不満は収まりそうにないようです。
父は JPI 通信の記者でエマリア共和国で暮らしていました。
するとさっきの奴らは
彼らは僕を捕まえれば父が自白すると思っているんです。なんとか脱出できたのも僕の家庭教師の敦子先生のおかげなんです。
敦子先生か。
No. Okay. All these injuries. Yeah. Can't put it past him. You can't put it past him. Oh my God, Rio, stop it. that Kyo can't work. Got him. Ah! Oh, what a flex. Bam. He is scheming. Yeah, them faces. Leave them alone. That's right, to the couch. Yeah, you really do, wouldn't you? She was ready to beat him up. Of course. Yeah, that's scary.
銃を撃ったぐらいじゃすっきりね。
サイバさん、僕にも撃たせてくれる？
バカ言え、ガキのくせに。
Yeah.
頼むよ。これあげるから。 そうだよ。
Bribery. These two.
パンツもお願いね。
重いや。
オズ、遊び半分でやって怪我しても知らんぞ。
Oof. Rio.
なぜ銃を使う？
Yeah.
僕、自分で身を守りたいんだ。
10年早いんだよ、片手打ちなんて。
Yeah, wait 10 years.
銃ってのは両手でこうやって持つんだ。そして正門に小生を合わせる。
当たったぞ。
さあ、行ってみよう。
That's very disappointing. You know, when the world goes to ape, and then you know you got kids suddenly learning guns to take down a military dictator.
サイバさん。
実にいい生徒だ、拓也は。しっかりしてるし、頭もいい。きっと先生がいいんだな。
両親とも今の軍事政権に殺されて、
Dang.
だから今まで革命軍のために働いていました。
お姉さん、こっち。
くそ、どこ行った？よし、向こう探せ。
ありがとう。それから私は拓也くん親子を隠れ蓑にして戦っ、父一人子一人の拓也くんを見捨てるわけにはいかないわ。
拓也は言ったよ。銃を覚えてあんたを守りたいって。
Uh-oh.
敦子。
Wow! The timing.
のいいやつらだ。
今夜から私も同じ部屋で寝ます。いいわね。
あ、はい。
The two of them, they're like, gosh, this woman.
私は子供に
Stop it, Rio.
一睡もできんかった。蛇の生殺しだよ、これじゃあ。
いい写真あるんだけど見る？
写真なんの？
じゃーん。
The kids got bribes. The kids got bribes.
これ私の下の
Oh!
香織さんの写真だもの。
Smash him.
敦子さんのじゃないのか。
Wow. This kid. Aw, poor Cloudy.
あいつには理性というものがないのか。
This kid.
拓也くん。
Wow.
触り方、あの態度、まるっきり寮じゃないの。
Huh. Kid's got some holes in there. Not bad. Oh, man. So this is what would happen if Rio had a son. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's a nightmare. Imagine this kid being around.
がこんなに変わるなんて。史上最悪の環境だ。
He-
でもいつからだろう。3日ほど前かしら。夜中に目が覚めた時、あの二人の姿がなかったことがあるの。まさか寮のやつ、外に連れ出してるんじゃ。
Rio, you are a bad influence.
奴が出てきました。直ちに尾行します。
Taking him out to Shinjuku. You are insane. He is a horrible, horrible influence. No. Oh, okay. Soda. Coca-Cola.
こら。説明してくれる。
これは息抜きですよ。たまにはブワーッと発散させなきゃ。
こんなところへ連れ出すから拓也くんはあんたに似てる。エマリアの諜報員に見つかったら大変だわ。
That's true.
大丈夫、大丈夫。子供がこんなところにいるなんて敵さんも思わない。
I think they would.
ここに来るのはエッチな中年だけなんだから。
I have come to kill you. Oh my gosh, yes. I was just joking about him being the Terminator and he comes out like Commando. I look like Guardian? Yes. They all think he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was just joking. That's funny. Oh.
大丈夫か？
くじいたみたい。
拓也、俺が先生を抱えてく。援護してくれ。はい。
こら亮、子供にさせることじゃないでしょ。
Thank you, Kawadi.
おい、よし頼む。行くぞ。
There's a big hand cannon. Run. Into the tiny car. The Terminator. Wow. Rip the car apart. Ah, took the sunglasses off. Man on two wheels. Skynet. It is time for the T-1000. They're gonna pull out the bullhorns. Release the kid! Release the kid! Release the kid!
亮、戦う気なの？あの人数と。
行けよ。
警察に頼もうよ。
そんなことをしたら、お前の父さんがどうなるか分かってんのか。俺は死んでも君たちを守る。万が一それが果たせなかったら、拓也、先生はお前が守るんだ。
はい、サイバーさん。
アバよ。
Just gotta love how they push away, but then suddenly they throw themselves on him. Mummy got the what's it called? Bandolier? Bash. He was motivated. He has incentives. Bold words. Why? Why? Why are you three here? What? What? Why? All that? Huh?
僕の父さんは？おー、お連れしなさい。先生。
There's something happened between. Okay, the Civil War is over. It ended yesterday. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm glad that was explained. How did they get the father there so quickly? If it ended just yesterday. Got him to Japan so fast from Amalia. Yeah! Rio. The kid got you. That kid got you good. Kaori? He's got the relic. He is in heaven now. Kai's like, I give up. That was an episode. Rio being a very bad influence. A lot of things wrong with that show, but you know, considering that it's supposed to be a comedy, yeah, it's kind of like where does the line blur in all this? I mean, everything's for comedic effect, but boy, did it go to an extreme, like something straight out of something like Airplane, Naked Gun, anything Wayans, any of the Wayans movies, something you would see from that, and that's pretty. That's pretty. It's pretty crazy. It's like way out there. I couldn't help but laugh, but I had to like call out how wrong all of it is. But oh my gosh, for a comedy, that's absurd. That's absurd comedy in a nutshell, right there. Oh, it's hilarious. It's just bringing me to tears. But one of the things that's bringing me to tears is the fact that they had an Arnold Schwarzenegger character, and the fact that they even made a reference to him is so dang hilarious. Here we go. This character here, they made him look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and later down the line in the show, they actually played into it very well by having him dressed up like Commando. Oh man, he's dressed up like Commando with the complete with the missile launcher, the vest, the whole gear, the whole kit and caboodle. So yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger in according to Britannica. He was an American politician, actor, athlete. He was best known. He achieved fame from bodybuilding. He was Mr. Olympia multiple times. Let's see, it was 6 years. His physique at his peak was considered one of, if not the top near perfect physique of the male body, from dimensions and shape and form, like the ideal man for in terms of appearance. With his successes, he was able to he got into movies. It started off with Hercules in New York, in which he was dubbed because he had a very, very thick accent, barely speak English at that time. Like he could speak English, but he just had that, he just didn't have the fluency down pat. But eventually he was able to develop his English and ended up in one of the iconic roles, the Terminator, which was his breakout. He did Conan the Barbarian. I believe that was his first one. I believe no. Hercules in New York was his first one. Conan the Barbarian got everyone's attention. The Terminator made him the household name we know him today. There we go. So it says right here. Meanwhile, Schwarzenegger pursued his childhood dream of acting in movies in his first film, Hercules in New York, 1970. So he's been around for a very long time. He's been around for that long, 50 years, 55 years, because he just did a recent movie, a Christmas movie that got released in December, just past December. So he's 55 years into his acting career, which is pretty freaking amazing. He won his amateur Mr. Universe title in 1967. After moving to California in 1968 to train and compete in bigger events, he won 3 more Mr. Universe titles and then the professional Mr. Olympia title 6 years in a row, 70 to 75, before retiring. And he surprised the bodybuilding world by returning to competition one more time to claim the Mr. Olympia title in 1980. So yeah, that's how pretty much amazing he is as a bodybuilder. So after Hercules in New York, he played the lead, but his like I said, his he had to be dubbed. But he did the documentary film. He was in the documentary film part of the documentary film Pumpin' Iron. That's what got even more attention, and that's when he did Conan the Barbarian in '82. And the rest is history. Once he hit Terminator, he became the action star. Yeah, he became a U.S. citizen in '83. He married Maria Shriver, who happens to be related to the Kennedys. The Kennedys, John F. Kennedy, the Kennedy family. So, but of course, he's also in the Republican Party. The Kennedys are Democrats, which is kind of weird. But they had it all. Yeah, he pushed for. He definitely got involved with politics in the '90s. But I think it was Bush Jr., Bush Sr., George Herbert Walker Bush, that he did an exercise program for kids that the White House backed him up. Eventually, he would become governor of California, which blew everyone's minds. And during that time, of course, he made a cameo in The Expendables. One of the coolest things about The Expendables is that him and Stallone actually teamed up, and then we ended up getting all these action stars from the '80s. All these most of the well-known action stars: Van Damme, Bruce Willis, Chuck Norris. Oh gosh, man, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, he had one heck of a career, and he's still in it. Let's see, that's on bodybuilding. That's on bodybuilding. This is him in the Terminator, the first one, and here he is as Conan the Barbarian. That was his second acting film. But he had one heck of a career. He was able to expand out his career with Twins, showing that he was more than just a meathead muscle guy, muscle action hero, and Pete actually did very good in Twins. People really liked that. People really enjoyed seeing him, seeing that side of him. Unfortunately, went a little too far to the extreme when he started doing movies like Kindergarten Cop and Jingle All the Way. It's like, okay, this is, let's see, is this a photo of? Yeah, this is him. This was him back in his bodybuilding years. Let's see. And then there he is with the Terminator. It's pretty cool. Is this his most recent movie? I guess so. What was his most recent film here? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Secret Level. Oh, he was in Secret Level. King Elstrom voiced. Oh, he voiced that. Agent State Farm. Looks like that was his. Oh, here's his upcoming. Yeah, see, he's still going at it here. Apparently, he's got upcoming films. If there was a proper list going on here, he was in Fubar, Outrider, State Farm, Like a Good Neighbor. Oh, that must be a commercial. The Man with the Bag. And oh, there we go. The Man in the Bag in development. Let's see here. Oh, it doesn't say anything. Yeah, IMDb. Kung Fury 2, the president. He plays. Oh, he's gonna do The Legend of Conan. Really? Oh wow, he's gonna do a third Conan movie, The Legend of Conan. Well, there we go. Apparently, it's in production. In production, so he's still at it. And he got an official website. It was just pretty hilarious. Let's see his bio. Yeah, see, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. His dimension. You can see his this was 1970. This was 1970. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in on this. There's no way to zoom in on this. No, huh? 30th California, governor of California, bodybuilder. That this was the physique that people were talking about. You know, when he was like perfectly symmetrical in every way. Is known all over the globe for his many accomplishments. World championship bodybuilder, Hollywood action hero, successful businessman, environmentalist, philanthropist, best-selling author, California's 30th governor. This world-famous athlete and actor was born in Thal, Austria, in 1947, and by the age of 20 was dominating the sport of competitive bodybuilding, becoming the youngest person ever to win Mr. Olympia title. By generating a new international audience for bodybuilding, Schwarzenegger turned himself into a sports icon. With his sights set on Hollywood, he emigrated to America in 1968 and went on to win 5 Mr. Universe titles and 7 Mr. Olympia titles before retiring to dedicate himself to acting. Later, he'll go on to earn a college degree from the University of Wisconsin, and probably became a U.S. citizen. He showed by becoming the governor of California. That's his whole, yeah. There he is as the Terminator, California. I mean, what a career this guy has, and he has been referenced many times throughout pop culture. That's how big he is. That even in Japan, he would be a pop culture reference in a show like City Hunter here. This is from his movie Commando, which was pretty awesome. Recommend watching it. Which is pretty awesome. But his line "I'll be back" is one of the most quotable lines, not just in Hollywood history, but I would safely say human history. Who doesn't know that phrase, "I'll be back"? Basically, his action films, some of them were good. A lot of them were excellent. Some of them classics. Not just the term like Predator. Although End of Days. End of Days. No. But nevertheless, he became pretty much as American as apple pie at this point. He's just completely awesome. You know, people who meet him say that it's a great experience to meet him in person and everything. I would like to meet him in person. So Arnold Schwarzenegger. Always getting referenced, no matter where, no matter what time, no matter what date, year period, or anything. He's always a pop culture reference. Speaking of pop culture references, there's another one that tends to happen in a lot of action shows. And action movies, and that is the gun range. There's always a shooting range. One of the most recent ones would be Squid Game Season 2, where Gi-yoon built his own shooting range. He built his own shooting range to train in. It's very common in popular culture, and that's a Korean show too. Usually, people will associate guns and shooting range with the United States because we got one heck of a gun law kind of thing. The Constitution, all that stuff. All that good stuff. But Rio has a gun, goes to a gun range. I think it's his own makeshift gun range. But it's very interesting how that also appears in a lot of pop culture. Sharpshooter Society. What are the standards of a shooting range? Actually, what is a shooting range? Shooting range is a designated area or facility designed for firearms. Practice and training. It is safe and controlled environment where people can improve their shooting skills and proficiency with firearms. I highly recommend watching behind the scenes stuff of John Wick. You can see one hell of see a whole bunch of shooting ranges that Keanu Reeves and the stars of the movie practiced and trained in. They really give you good insight on how to handle a gun properly, and so on, the safeties and such, and how well that they really how it's really done. Most movies and other fictions and such tend to be very haphazard with the way that they run around with the guns and everything. One of the things that I learned is that you always got to keep the gun aimed down when you're walking and moving. Usually you see seeing TV movies, they're like this while they're leaning up on the wall. Technically, you're supposed to aim it down. while you're leaning along the wall, from what I understand. So those are some of the mistakes that they make in Hollywood, in films and fiction. That along with mistaking the magazine and the cartridge. What type of firearms can be used at a shooting range? Most shooting ranges allow for a variety of firearms, including handguns, rifles, and shotguns, depending on the facility's specific regulations. No bazookas. Sorry. Do I need a license to use a shooting range? In most cases, no license is required to use a shooting range, but individuals must adhere to the facility's rules and regulations. Keep in mind, in the United States, we do have gun laws. Make sure you obey them. Can I bring my own ammunition to a shooting range? Many shooting ranges allow individuals to bring their own ammunition, but it must comply with the range specifications and guidelines. Are there age restrictions for use of a shooting range? This is fascinating. Age restrictions at shooting ranges vary, but most facilities have specific rules regarding minors' use of firearms and require adult supervision. So that's actually a very good thing to find. As we'll cover in today's show, Ryo took a very young Takuya, a kid, to a shooting range and had the kid practice shooting firearms. And so the answer is yes. Some shooting ranges will allow it, so long as they have the required adult supervision, and what type of firearms they'll probably be allowed to use. Can I rent firearms at a shooting range? Many shooting ranges offer firearm rentals for individuals who do not own their own gun and want to try different models. And what should I wear? Visitors to shooting ranges should wear comfortable casual clothing and closed-toe shoes for safety. No chonkless. Don't wear them flip-flops. Can I receive instructions at a shooting range? Many shooting ranges offer instruction and training from experienced professionals to help individuals improve their shooting skills. Are shooting ranges only for experienced shooters? Shooting ranges cater to all skill levels, from beginner to experienced shooters, and provide a safe environment for anyone to practice their skills. What are the different types of shooting ranges? Shooting ranges can include indoor and outdoor facilities, as well as specialized ranges for specific types of firearms or shooting disciplines. Are there rules for handling firearms at a shooting range? Shooting ranges have strict rules for firearm handling, including keeping firearms pointed downrange, always treating them as if they are loaded. See, downrange, which is what they don't show in many films or depicted in fiction. They're always holding it up like this. You gotta hold it down. You gotta always point it down. Always point it down. And keeping the fingers off the trigger until ready to shoot. Another thing that they don't do in fiction is they always put the finger in the trigger along the trigger line, inside the trigger, when you're not supposed to. So, and this is very good information for me as well, because my character is a detective in Trucker no Bouken, and he uses a gun. So this is some good information to get, so that way I can be able to show the proper usage and handling of a gun from my characters. Can I bring my own targets to a shooting range? Many shooting ranges allow individuals to bring their own targets, but they must comply with the range's regulations and be safe and appropriate. Yeah, no glass. I'm sure they'll be like, no glass. There are restrictions on rapid fire at shooting ranges. Some shooting ranges have restrictions on rapid fire shooting, while others may allow it as long as it's done safely and within specific guidelines. Competitive events. Do they have many shooting ranges host competitive events and tournaments for various shooting disciplines, providing opportunities for individuals to test their skills in a structured setting. What are the benefits of using a shooting range? Shooting ranges provide safe and controlled environment for individuals to practice and improve their shooting skill, as well as receive instruction and training from professionals. This is coming from the Gun Zone, February 21st, 2024, by Nick Otkin. Otkin, I think I'm mispronouncing that. So yeah, that's those are some of the rules that shooting ranges have, and they do allow minors so long as there's supervision. So let's find out how big a shooting range. This is what a shooting range would look like. They got these little tracks that go all the way down, and then they got these targets with the bullseye on it. Planning for a shooting range presents unique challenges that require careful analysis. Indoor range space requirements. If proper planning isn't done, the building and real estate costs might quickly spiral. If you build or renovate a building or your home with a shooting range in mind, before consulting a range of equipment manufacturers, you can find that the structure isn't suitable. A bullet trap, a target system, or ventilation may all demand adjustments to the structure. As a result, creating the range begins with figuring out how much room you have available. So yeah, in the United States, at the very least, you can create your own shooting range, outdoor and indoor, within your own land, so long as you meet the safety requirements and everything, and make sure that you don't have anybody walking, stumbling into your area by accident. Shooting point length, you can do most indoor shooting activities if you have 50 or 75-foot distance between the firing line and the target line. To train police and security personnel effectively, the law mandates a 75-foot range and can expand to 150 feet for more considerable distances. Shooting point length, you can do most indoor shooting activities if you have 50 or 75-foot distance between the firing line and the target line. To train police and security personnel effectively, the law mandates a 75-foot range and can expand to 150 feet for more considerable target distance. The width, the industrial standard is 42 to 60 inch broad shooting area. Most shooting operations can go on with a range of 36 inches. Height of a room, the ideal structure ceiling height is between 10 to 12 feet. However, lowering or raising the ceiling height will need the inclusion of ballistic protection, lighting, and target retrieval devices. Accompanying areas, the range designer must also account for the range control station, preparation room, spectator area, and suitable storage rooms. It all depends on the use of the range. The range master's position on an elevated platform will better view the firing line. Yeah, so there's a lot to this building the structure. And there's a whole lot here. You got to use a concrete floor as an option to ensure a smooth, non-absorptive surface from the firing line to the bullet trap. I'm assuming the bullet trap is this slope here. I'm assuming that's the slope there as a safety measure. Walls should use concrete blocks filled with cement and grout rather than more common gravel. Noise reduction and ballistic safety are both maximized for this design. That makes sense because if by chance you accidentally, when you're shooting, and if you shoot wrong and you hit the wall, the concrete is strong enough to prevent the bullet from going outside and accidentally hitting somebody, because bullets can actually go through a weak wall, but if it's concrete, it won't make it through. So basically, it's, for the most part, you're gonna be using in terms of design, especially if you wanna do it in your stories, your fiction, or if you're doing like comics or something, you wanna get you wanna be able to depict a shooting range. This is what the dimensions and design would look like. Would be like, it doesn't have to necessarily be all of this looking all gravelly or anything, but if you want to make sure it looks logical and within the world rules, yeah, that's how you would do it. Let's see, how does a shooting range work? I think we covered that one. One of the most funny things I just want to point out that I found in my research. Now, New York has very, very, very stringent gun laws, like really, really stringent gun laws in the United States. And yet, within New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, looks like as far up as Yonkers, they got pistol ranges, rifle and pistol ranges. They got one in Chelsea, which is on the west side, of Manhattan. The Woodhaven rifle pistol range, that's all the way in Queens. Stuyvesant Rod and Gun Club. I find it very hilarious because Flatiron District, that's in the middle of Manhattan. Police license specialists of New York. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because they like to talk about having gun laws and all these gun restrictions and everything, and yet they have rifle and pistol ranges and gun clubs in the city itself, especially in Manhattan. I found that pretty hilarious because they're sitting there chest thumping about how they got the best gun restriction laws all over the place, and yet New York City itself has gun ranges. I just wanted to point that out because I thought that was very silly. You know, saying like you're going out of your way to you know, scream gun laws, gun restriction laws, gun restriction laws. It's killing everybody, and yet you're not getting rid of the gun ranges within your own city. It's like, okay, we'll take you seriously when you don't have gun ranges within the island of Manhattan. It's pretty hilarious. Man, it's a pretty hilarious thing going there. So yeah, I just thought that would be funny to point out. So let's do the review here. It's crazy, absurdist episode of City Hunter. Basically, we were introduced to Atsuko and this kid Takuya. His father was involved with a rebellion in their homeland of Amalia, which got caught in a military coup, and they escaped to Japan after his father got captured. And so the agents that are working for the coup are trying to catch the kid, so they could, so they could get the father to talk and everything. And that's when they come across Ryo, and Ryo decided to help out. For the most part, it's been primarily all comedy, straight across the board. We get introduced to the Schwarzenegger looking character here, who after everyone got taken out by Ryo, who was just chilling right there. Tell you, that's a good shot. Shot him in the foot. He shot Arnold Schwarzenegger character in the foot, and he managed to continue to not just only run around with this injury throughout the whole entire show, but there was no bandage or anything. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. But yeah, they got exhausted and everything. He agreed to help, and of course, throughout the rest of this show, this kid picked up bad habits from Ryo and started going all mokuri. Of course, the kid's been playing him throughout the whole entire episode, which is pretty freaking hilarious. And Kaori, of course, trying to keep Ryo in check every step of the way. Oh, man. But eventually we did get a serious moment where as it's noted, children can go to a shooting range as long as they have an adult supervision, and Ryo's there to help supervise him, while the kid bribes him with Atsuko's bra because he wanted to shoot the gun. Ryo was very hesitant, but the kid, bribed him. Ryo is such an easy character, and he's like, "Yes, I'll teach you." I'll teach you, which is a pretty funny scene, as you can see here, with the with the bra slinged over his shoulder while the kid is mishandling the gun. You could tell that it's pretty apparent that the mangaka, the creator, forgot how handling a gun works. Considering that this whole show, this whole entire, well, not just the anime, but the manga in and of itself involves gunplay. So don't handle the gun like that, and don't let a kid handle a gun like that, ever like that. If anything, if that kid's not gonna shoot, that gun should be sitting on the table, untouched. Just a little warning there. Just a little warning there. If you ever bring a kid to teach and train, make sure that gun is sitting right there on the table and not picked up until it's ready for use. Ryo is a very bad teacher. He's a very bad teacher. Bad Ryo. Bad. Do not do this. Don't ever do this. Never do that. Never do that. But yeah, the two of them go through the whole training and everything. We get more of Atsuko's backstory. She's half Somalian, half Japanese. That's how she was able to get into Japan easily with the kid, with no problem. She probably had citizenship, pretty obvious. And of course, they have to find out just exactly what they went through. And she was chased by these guys here who are not military, but are secret agents. and the kid, helped her escape and everything. That's her side of the story, and basically for the bulk of it, the kid's being a pervert. The kid's being a pervert. Messing with Kaori. She thinking naturally that it's Rio, and rightfully swings the pan, but it bashed the kid. The Rio is a very, very bad influence to young boys everywhere. Do not follow the ways of Rio. And of course, Rio took the kid to the club. Took him to the club. Like I said, it's absurdist comedy. It's just extremely absurdist. And he gets mistaken for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do I really look like Arnie? As everyone gathered around and allowed everyone to escape. But funny moment with Kaori. She fires a gun wildly. I think Rio needs to take her to the shooting range and train her how to handle a gun properly. He's not doing a good job. I can tell you that much. He's not doing a good job with helping handling the gun. But all that missing, and she ends up taking these guys out so easily. All of a sudden, she thinks she's Hawkeye from Marvel Comics. Oh man! But now we start getting this whole big climactic moment. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take these guys on now that we're all surrounded. I wish they would have pulled out the bull horns just like in the other episode. That previous episode. My man got an armory here, pulling out the rocket launcher. Pulling out that rocket launcher. Where are these guys at? Let's see here. When did they gather around? There we go. There they are. I wish they would have pulled out the bullhorn. That would have been real funny. This is the second time, actually, we got a crazy moment when these guys gather around. These type of guys gather around. It's hilarious. He's going in, ready to fight these guys, all of them. And all of a sudden, Arnold Schwarzenegger here pulls out a freaking white flag. My man ready to go Rambo, looking like Rambo. I hate an unfair fight. What words, man? And then that's when he suddenly did it. He pulls out the white flag. Oh my gosh! It's that's the second time that has happened in this show. The Yakuza comes running in. They're standing outside. They look like they're ready to shoot everybody. Instead, they pull out bullhorns, calling out Rio. Now we got this group here. This group all gather around, and then they pull out the white flag and and present this trophy. For some weird reason, they presented this trophy. Oh man, but one of the biggest, I don't know if I want to say twist. I guess it's a twist. It turns out, Takeya's reunited with his father because the war ended the day before. So it's been 24 hours since this whole thing happened. So 24 hours ago, the war ended. They won. The good guys won, and so they came. These guys came to deliver surrender and return the kid to his dad and such. And we find out that Atsuko happens to be his fiance. Takeya played him, completely. And unfortunately, the kid did reward him with Rio with the holy relic, and Kaori could do nothing more than just watch Arnold Schwarzenegger character and Rio enjoy the praise the holy relic. Absurdist comedy. This is absurdist comedy at its finest. Really fun. Really enjoyable. There we go. Oh my gosh. So, good episode overall. Head on over to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find links to the book down below in the description, along with links to other merch such as pin stickers, t-shirts, music. Enjoy the products. Thank you for your patronage. And if you happen to purchase the book and make a YouTube video, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing it. And if you're interested, you can join me on my live multi-stream every Monday through Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch and Kick for gaming, Japanese cultural studies, and research. Lots of research. So until the next episode of City Hunter, thank you all for joining me. And I wish you all a good night, buenas noches, and oyasuminasai.